Hello, fans of geometric methods. We have a experimental kind of form finding idea. 4 points, they're all on this ground plane. Doesn't really matter where they are, but I put them in each of the 4 quadrants formed by the x and the y axes. Then I created a sphere around point A, a sphere around point B, C, and D, and that radius of that sphere of each of the spheres is the same. It need not be the same. I could simply have different radii for each sphere. Then I found the intersection of the two spheres. So, for instance, the sphere A and the sphere B intersect to form a circle, and I call that circle AB. The intersection of sphere B and sphere C will form circle BC, and so on. The intersection of sphere C and D will form, you could see it right there, will form the next circle. And finally, the last circle, which is the last two spheres here, okay? So we have 4 circles, and here's something super fun, perhaps. Look at the quad that is formed by the circles. Now, what's happening here is one circle intersects the circle adjacent to it here, but it also intersects the next one back there. You see that? So let's highlight those points on those intersections there. Let me zoom in a little bit here. You could see it. And let me show the segments connecting those segments, which could form the oculus of our structure. And that oculus is a distorted quad. Looks like a diamond in plan view, but it's actually 2 triangles in 3D space. Let's hide the circles, but notice that it's very interesting to play with these landing points. And I think it would be super fun to play with. You can see sometimes it doesn't intersect, right? It would be super fun to play with the radii of the sphere too. But let's go for a little symmetry here, trying to please my Miesian friends out there. Although Mies would be shocked by what he's going to see here. Let's put a few more sticks in here. So we have 4 floating points. We need 12 pin-ended struts. We have 8 so far. It's not stable, but it's a distorted quad. And we add our last 3. And I think this is a stable structure now. So we have, for instance, this point here is unconditionally stable. That point, I need one more point. Here it is. Okay, the point across from it is unconditionally stable. And then another unconditionally stable tripod is landed on those 2 points there. What's really beautiful now is also I can have a cladding system that is flat. It's not warped in 3D space. Although we do like hyperbolic paraboloids, but this is terrific. And then a couple of other things can happen here. We can look at this problem in a finite element point of view, and we could also look at the animation, or excuse me, yeah, even the dead load here is interesting, right? Because now I could consider this as what? Like a sort of a funicular, right? A series of funiculars in 3D space which is pretty astonishing. And then I also put a few just random loads on there to see if it's stable. And everything looks really good to me. Just a bunch of loads on each node, sort of randomly loaded it up, and everything looks great. Super interested in it. From a, that looks like a lot of deformation, but it's not. You could see it's stable. So I think the lesson here is that this form finding is coming from these intersecting circles, which perhaps is novel and a rich form finding tool for you. Okay, have fun with this.